So guys, uh, in today's video we will see inserting a node in a linked list. So what does it means? Now suppose already we have a linked list. This is a linked list having 4 nodes. Node number 1, this is 2, 3 and 4, and this is the start pointer which points to the first node. Now inserting a node in a linked list means we have to first create a new node. So let us assume this is the new node. Okay, in its info part there must be some data, in its link part right now it is null. So this new node must be attached, must be added with the linked list at any desired position. So when I say desired position means the new node may be attached at the beginning of the linked list, so that new node become the first node and the first node will become the second node, or this new node may be attached at the end of the list so that the new node will be the last node. So after the last node of the linked list, the new node can be attached, or this new node could be attached in between any two nodes that are present in the linked list. So we can attach this new node in between 1 or 2, or in between 2 or 3, or in between 3 or 4. Okay, so inserting a node in a linked list means adding a new node at any desired position of a linked list. Okay, so what are the steps needed? So let me first explain the steps, then we will go for algorithm of inserting a node. See, at first you need, the first step is to create a new node using malloc function. Why so? Because malloc function will dynamically reserve a memory block for new node. Now if memory is full, then malloc function enables to allocate memory space. So it returns null. So in that case malloc function could not allocate memory space, so it returns a null value. So we say this is a case of overflow. So our memory overflow occurs. So this situation is known as overflow. We call it memory overflow. So overflow. So when overflow occurs, so there are no memory space, the insertion will fail. We cannot insert a node in the linked list. So in overflow case, when overflow occurs, insertion fails. Okay, otherwise means there are no overflow. Malloc returns the block address. We know that if malloc function successfully reserves a memory block, it returns a block address. Now we can assure that a node is created. So when there is no overflow, we store the item in info part of newly created node. Okay, so once these steps are completed, what is the next step? So we said these steps all the created a node. Now in the second step, this is our step one. In the second step, what we will do, attach the new node at desired position. Now, in order to attach the new node at the desired position, we have to change some pointer fields or linked field of some nodes, or even we have to change or we have to adjust some address part. Okay, so we can attach this new node in three different locations. The new node could be attached in three different locations. Okay, what are these locations? I explain this in this diagram. If this is my new node, it could be attached either at the beginning of a linked list, or at the end of the linked list, or in between any two nodes of a linked list. So for three different cases, we should write three different algorithms. Okay, so the new node could be attached in three different locations. So what are they? Either at the beginning, or at the end, or in between any two nodes. So let us, these three locations are inserting at the beginning of linked list. This is case number 1. Case number 2 is inserting at the end of linked list, and case number 3 is inserting in between any two nodes. So for three different cases, we have to conduct, or we have to write three different algorithms. Let's see what are these. Now the first algorithm that we shall discuss is to insert the node at the beginning of a linked list. Okay, so case 1, insertion at the beginning. This is our case 1. So we will discuss the algorithm. Okay, so now we assume that when we implement this algorithm, a linked list already been created with some number of nodes. So we may not know how many nodes are there, but there must be some nodes in the linked list already there, and our objective is to create a new node and attach that new node in the existing linked list. So either we could attach at the beginning, or we could attach at the end, or we could attach in between any two nodes. The first algorithm that we will discuss is attaching the new node at the beginning. So now we know that when already a linked list is there, so there must be a structured data type. So let's say this is my structured data type, struct node, and in this structure there must be two fields. One is, let's say, integer data type info, and second one is an address field, struct node asterisk link. So this is a structure that must be declared before our program, because in a linked list each of the node must have two fields. Now we will write the algorithm. So we have to give a name to our algorithm. So I am giving the name as insert underscore BEG, means insert beginning. Now this algorithm requires some parameter. So what are the parameters needed to this algorithm? See, already when you want to insert, there must be a linked list. So you should know, or this algorithm must know, what is the address of the first node of the linked list, so that the linked list can be identified. So therefore, in this function or in this algorithm, the address of the first node must be passed as parameter, and we call it struct node asterisk start. So the start pointer, this is the pointer which maintains address of the first node. Along with this, another variable is required which suggests the item to be present in the node. Whenever we create a new node, the info part of that new node must store an item, and then that node must be attached to the linked list. So we will say item, and data type of this item must be integer type, because this integer item must be stored in the info part. So these are the two information required to the algorithm. Okay, now I'll say begin. So my algorithm begins here. So when I begin my algorithm, what is the first step that my algorithm must conduct? At first, I have to reserve memory space for a new node. So here I will use struct node asterisk n. N means new. So n equals struct node asterisk. This is the typecasting, and then I will write malloc, use malloc function to dynamically allocate memory space, and then size of what? Struct node. Is that clear, guys? Now if the malloc function is unable to reserve memory space because there might be overflow, so our memory, main memory might be full, so malloc function will unable to find a memory block which is large enough to the size of struct node. In that case, malloc cannot create any memory block, and malloc will return null. So I will check that if value of n is null or not. So I will write if n equals null. So if value stored in this address variable n is null, indicating nodes are not created, node is not created, so we cannot insert. I will write here print overflow, and my algorithm will exit, then end it. End it stands for this is the block end of if. Okay, so if n is null, then overflow. Now if this one is false, if this condition is false, we will jump to the next step. So this part will not execute, so we'll move to this step. It indicates the node has been created, a memory block is reserved, and a proper node is created. When the memory block is reserved, so n will contain the address to that node. Okay, so here I will say suppose this is the memory block that is created, and n will point to that memory block, and this block must have two fields. One part is info, the next part is link. Right now I will store item here in the info part, so I will write n of info equals to item, because this is the data that I want to store in my new node, and that node will be attached at the beginning. Now after writing n info equal item, what next? See, let me explain with a diagram. After this, what should I write? Okay, now suppose we have a linked list over here. Let me give you that with a diagram. Now suppose this is my linked list, and this node is new node, so we call this is n. This new node is n, this one is n. Okay, this one is n. Now in its info part, this one is info part, I will store item. But what should I store in its link part? This is very important. Now this new node should be attached at the beginning, because I am writing algorithm to store the new node at the beginning. So when I store this one at the beginning, so the new node should contain address of whom? Address of first node which is currently present in the linked list. This is the current first node, current starting node. But after insertion of this new node, this one should become the first node. So right now, this new node will point to this node. So the address, in the link part of the new node should contain this particular node. Now how can we get this address? From where we will get this address? First we need to know what is its address, and so that we can store here. So its address is right now available in start pointer. So I will write, here I am explaining, I should write n of link equal to start. So whatever value present in the start variable, that will be stored in the link part of the new node, and the address of entire block, this new node, will now store in the start. So the start will point to this node. Okay, I hope you understand this diagram. So I should write here, what shall I write here? After storing n of info equal item, I should write n of link. So link part, this is link part of the new node should contain start. So start, why start? Because already variable start contains address of the first node, but new node should be the first node right now, because after insertion new node will become the first node. So right now whatever first node is available, whichever is the first node, that should be pointed by n. Now one more step is required. The value of the variable start will change, because after insertion who become the first node? My new node will become the first node. So address of the new node will be stored in the variable start. So how can I get the address? I can simply write n. So n will now, n, the value of n, which is this new node, will become stored in the variable start. Okay, so this is what the insertion of a new node at the beginning. So then I can write end. So my algorithm terminates here. I hope you understood. Let me rewrite. Suppose this is my current start node, and this is a node, first node, this is my second node, and this is my third node. Okay, now suppose I have created a new node. So let's say this is my new node. Okay, the value stored in n, it is an address. Here there is an address of this particular, let's say address of this particular block is 23. So the value stored in new is 23. Okay, it has two parts. Now this particular line, n of info, means n of info stores item. So item is stored here, that item stored. Now n of link is equals to start. So in this link part, I'll bring the value, this is the value that is copied here. So this value contains address of the first node. So now this pointer will change to this. Okay, now this address 23, this is memory, this value should be copied in start, so that now this pointer will be removed and start should point to the first node. So this will become my first node, and this one will become my second node, this one will third node, this one will become the fourth node. Is that clear? So these three lines perform that. N of info is item, but these are the two important lines that perform the link. N of link equal to start, start equal to n. So this is the two important line that you should remember. Okay, so when we write some more algorithm to insert a node at the end of a linked list, or to insert a node in between any two, these are the two lines that will change. Rest of this portion will remain fixed in all other algorithm, because in every algorithm, whether you want to insert at the end, or you want to insert at the beginning, or you want to insert at in between any two node, your objective is to first create a new node, then check for overflow condition, then you have to store n of info equal to item. After storing item in the new node, info part of the new node, then your objective is to adjust the pointer to attach the node in the desired position, and that adjustment should be done by these two lines, and these two lines will change in different algorithm. Okay, so in our next video we will see how to insert a node at the end and how to insert a node in between any two nodes. Okay, so till then, thank you.